Hi everyone, it's Michelle again. I'm still working on a video come this Saturday, and it's going to be more of a, what is diabetes, more on the clinical side. But in the meantime, I kind of wanted to cover with you an experience I've been having with my insurance company and my pharmacy and medical suppliers for my medical equipment. Um, Basically, you just get right down to the fact that very few of them know absolutely anything about what they're covering, what they're selling, any of that. Several months ago, right about, I believe it was October, I sent a letter or an email to the President of the United States telling him that basically I expected him and his cabinet to cover my medical costs for, in particular, my insulin, because I had hit the Medicare gap and it was going to cost me $600 a pop to get my insulin. Apparently what happened from there is it got sent on to whoever handles Medicare insurance, and then they got a hold of my insurance company. Turns out that since 2012, they should have been covering my insurance or my insulin under my durable medical equipment because I use an insulin pump. And they hadn't been, and it's considerably cheaper, so it turns out they actually owe me some money. They told me to make sure that I get my insulin from my durable medical equipment supplier. They're the ones that would handle it. And so I called my supplier, and they said no. They have no idea what they're talking about. I'd have to get it from the pharmacy, which is not durable medical equipment. It puts me right back into that problem with the Medicare gap later on down the road. And it should never fall into that category. So in turn, I ended up calling my local pharmacy. They're working right now to see if they can get it covered through the way they handle their durable medical equipment. But what really, really bothers me here is that my insurance company people don't know what an insulin pump is. They don't know what it's used for. They don't know anything about any medications that diabetics use. I am working with my doctor to get a continuous glucose monitoring system that actually goes with my insulin pump. And my doctor knows about it. The one lady I was dealing with at the insurance company knew about it. And of course, one would think that my supplier for my my insulin pump itself would know about it. However, that's not true. Called my insurance company to find out how I go about starting the pre-approval process for it. They said, no problem, we'll just send the papers over to your doctor. They can fill them out and send them back to us, and we'll get that going. So my doctor did. They were great. They got right on it, sent it off to my insurance company, and my insurance company immediately called them back and said, what's a continuous glucose monitoring system, and why does it need to be used with an insulin pump? Flat out. They had no idea what it was used for, how it would be covered, anything. Absolutely nothing. And that really bothers me. The lack of education is unbelievable. The insurance companies don't know anything about it. My medical suppliers, they're telling me no, they can't bill that under durable medical equipment. It has to be billed under prescription or under pharmacy, excuse me. And that's not true. It's not a medication. It's part of my durable medical equipment. It gets covered under Part B. Well, my supplier has no idea what I'm talking about. Not a clue. Absolutely no idea what it even is, let alone how it's covered. This is getting insanely stupid. Now, I understand that, you can't know everything. And I don't expect them to know everything. What I do expect them to know is how to find that information instead of looking at a computer screen and saying, well, this is what it tells me, so goodbye. That's it. I called my insurance company on Tuesday, and she was going to double check on some things and figure out what we needed to do. She disconnected the phone call, and I haven't heard back from her since. Nothing. Not a phone call, not an email, nothing. This is getting out of hand. The lack of knowledge, the lack of caring, the lack of anything is getting out of hand. I know that there has got to be a way to get this information out to these people. You just can't hire people and say, well, just read off the computer screen and see you later. That's it. You know, that's all I want you to do. Just read what that computer screen tells you and don't worry about anything else. That's not your job. Your job is to provide me with the insurance I need to cover my medical needs. That is your job. Yes, you're in it to make money, and I'm all for making money. But you're not a doctor. You are not the one that should be making these decisions. And you shouldn't just be blowing people off just because it's easier and you can make a buck a little bit faster that way. Durable medical equipment suppliers. If you are going to supply something for somebody, you better learn about it. You better know what it does, why it does it, why people need it, and what other equipment comes with it. Don't just read off of another computer screen again and just say, nope, sorry, that's not the way that works. That's not taking care of patients. That's not taking care of people, period. That is doing the least amount of work for the most amount of money. And personally, this is exactly why I have been against any type of significant raise in minimum wage. Do the work. Do the work right. Care about your job. Take pride in your job. And then, yeah, I'm going to start pushing for it. But if you aren't going to do it, if all you're going to do is just read off the computer screen and pass blame when it hits the fan, you need to get out of that business, and you need to get out now. So, what can we do about that? I think there's a lot of things that we can do about that, and it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take all of us doing it. And that is, first and foremost, don't just let your insurance company tell you, no, that's not the way it's done, and walk away from it. Start doing your own research. Educate yourself first, because then when you go back to them, you'll be able to say, no, that's not right. This is what it's for. This is how you do it. And by law, you have to do it this way. You can't just leave it to them, because they aren't going to do it. They don't know you, and realistically, they really don't care. You are the one that cares. You are the one in charge. Some of us don't get to choose which which insurance companies we get. Others do. So do some shopping around. Learn about them. But first and foremost, let's get this education out there. Let's let these people know how important this is. You know, this is life-threatening if it's not taken care of properly. That's it. It's that simple. It has to be taken care of properly. It's that important. And we need to be making these insurance companies and the pharmacies and medical equipment suppliers hold to a higher standard. You know, I don't care how big of a conglomeration they are. It's not that difficult to read up on something, or to at least know where to look for the information. So let's work on this together. Let's get this information out to our insurance companies and to our pharmacies and to whatever equipment supplier you may have. Let's do this. Let's get this information out, and let's learn from each other. What I'd like to know is, what have you guys dealt with this kind of stuff with your insurance companies? What kind of problems have you had? What kind of attitudes have you seen from them? And what have you done to resolve it, if you were able to resolve it at all? Let me know. Please subscribe down below. Leave me a message. Get a hold of me on Facebook. I'm here for you guys, and I really want to get this information out there to everybody. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you on Saturday Bye.